Did you know that over 90% of your thoughts today are the same ones that you had yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before? If your thoughts are creating your reality, that means most of us are living the same life over and over on repeat without even realizing it. But what if I told you that by changing your thoughts, you could literally rewire your brain and design a completely new reality? Today, we're diving deep into the science of becoming, how to shift from who you have been to who you're meant to be. Today, we are exploring the intersection of mindset, leadership, and conscious growth. If you are so ready to break free from old patterns and step into a future that is aligned with your highest potential, stick with me. Let's start with the basics. Your brain is like the most advanced supercomputer on the planet. But here's the catch. It runs on a program that was written by your thoughts, your emotions, and your experiences. Unless you change that program, you are going to continue to get the same results. Here's how it works. See, every time you think a thought, your brain sends electrical signals that create neural pathways, right, with your nerves. Think of these pathways like roads in your mind. The more you think a particular thought, the stronger that neural pathway becomes, making it easier for your brain to go down that road automatically, right? It's a paved highway. Now, here's the kicker. When you repeat the same thoughts over and over, especially negative ones or limiting thoughts, you are wiring your brain to expect the same outcomes. It's basically like putting your life on autopilot, but not in the direction that you want. But the good news is that your brain is not fixed, right? Thanks to something called neuroplasticity. Because of this, your brain has the ability to rewire itself. Neuroplasticity is your brain's ability to create new pathways, new neural pathways. And literally, it can reshape itself based on your thoughts, your actions, your emotions, your experiences. So if you have been telling yourself, I am not good enough, or I'll never be successful, those thoughts have been strengthening neural circuits that reinforce those beliefs. What happens when you consciously choose new empowering thoughts like I am capable or success is inevitable for me? You start to weaken those old pathways and you start to build new ones. Here is where it gets powerful. Repetition is key. Your brain doesn't change because, you once thought something positive, right? It changes when you're consistently replacing those old thoughts with new ones over and over again. So how does this translate into creating the life that you want? Your thoughts don't just stay in your mind, right? They create chemical reactions in your body. They trigger emotions that signal to your brain what to expect. If you're constantly thinking thoughts that are rooted in fear, in lack, or in doubt, your brain is going to flood your body with stress hormones like cortisol, which keeps you stuck in survival mode, right? It puts you in fight or flight mode. But when you shift your thoughts to possibility, to abundance, to confidence, your brain then releases chemicals like serotonin, dopamine. These chemicals create a feeling of joy and excitement. In other words, your body now starts to believe that your desired future is happening now. Delulu is the Salulu, right? And when your mind and body are aligned with your future, you start taking the kind of action that brings it to life. As my mentor, Dr. Joe Dispenza says, you cannot wait for your future to feel joy, gratitude, and abundance. You have to feel it now for your future to arrive. Here's where most people get stuck. They try to change their outer world without changing their inner world first. That's basically like trying to change the reflection in the mirror, by adjusting the mirror itself. Like what? See, your outer reality is just a reflection of your beliefs, your thoughts, and the emotions that you're holding on to. So if you're ready to break free, you have to identify what are those limiting beliefs that are keeping you in the same patterns. Ask yourself, what story am I telling myself about what is possible for me? Where am I playing small because of fear or doubt? And when you bring those beliefs to light, you weaken their power. And the moment you choose a new empowering belief, you are now beginning to rewire your mind. This is where mental rehearsal comes in. See, mental rehearsal is a technique where you vividly visualize your desired future and you experience it as if it is already happening in the now. And why does this work? Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. When you are consistently rehearsing the future that you want, you're strengthening the neural pathways that align with that reality. Athletes, high performers, world-class leaders use this technique for priming their brains for success before they even step onto the field or the stage. Guess what? You can do the same. So how do you put all this into practice? Here's your action plan. A, identify that limiting belief or beliefs that are holding you back. Write them down. Choose a new empowering belief to replace each one. Mentally rehearse your future self every day. Spend 5 to 10 minutes visualizing your success with as much emotion as possible. Track your thoughts daily. Become aware of when your mind drifts into old patterns and gently redirect it to your desired future. No self-shaming, no beating up yourself. Commit to this process for 21 days and you are going to start to feel that shift. Your thoughts will align with your vision and your brain will begin to create the reality that you have been dreaming of. If this resonates with you and if you are ready to step into the best version of yourself, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. But here's your challenge though. Comment below and share what limiting belief you're ready to release. There's power in rewiring our minds together.